Raise your thumb up if you can see the slides. Can everybody see the slide? Ah, we can see it. Good. And you guys should be able to hear me. And we're going to unmute some people as we go. But this slide will kind of keep us on track. We've already done morning prayer, so that's a good thing. And this is my real job, is to welcome everybody. And you know, much like the crazy times that we're in, here we are. We are all in Zoom, and it is pretty cool. The reason I keep looking over here is I have one screen over here and one over here. But you guys are all on this big screen, and man, you look good. There's somebody named Beth, and he is not Beth, and he's out in some field. I like that picture a bunch. And I see all kinds of people. I see Michael, who's helping out in California. And I think I just saw Stephen from England somewhere on here. But this is like so cool, because we can't be together in Seattle this year at the conference. But, you know, at least we can spend a little bit of time on a Saturday together. So that's great. Thanks for being here, and thank you for being patient with us. I wanted to go quickly over what are we going to do, and we're going to go pretty quick. So we don't want this to take absolutely forever. So we're going to move along as quickly as we can. We will actually call our annual meeting to order. We'll do a quorum. We're going to approve the minutes real quick. We're going to go to Treasurer to do the finance report. Duke will be doing Being a Verger in a COVID World. I know he sent an email out about that, so a lot of you folks are thinking about that. We will turn to Duke if they've finished working on the technical problems. And if they haven't, we'll take a break. That's going to be about a 10-minute break, and then we'll get into COVID. We'll do the new fellows, and then Walt will do the necrology report. We're going to go over committee stuff super fast, because I know nobody really wants to do that. So we'll gloss through that. We've got a really neat thing from John Whitaker about upcoming annual conferences, which like totally makes me glow, because it talks about us actually being able to travel again. And you know, it's like being able to go to a place and do something. So that's really looking forward. It's very cool. I'm going to show us just a little bit real quick about the membership portal at secure.verges.org. I'm going to bore you for 3 minutes with a presidential address, my great farewell as president. Then we'll do a break. Michael will lead our election results. We're going to do some quick breakouts, just in rooms where at random we'll pop into a room with about 10 people where we can actually talk. But that's going to be totally at random, which I think is going to be really cool, because we have no idea who's going to be in the room with us, which I think is wonderful. And then we'll have closing prayer. So super quick, because I think, you know, we know that you guys, everybody here, are our absolute most stalwart members. So you've memorized the board and you know all this stuff. But actually, I don't. I have to look at it again. But we have the class this year of our board members, and 3 of us are has-beens. That's why I put it on the list, because we're out of here. Michael Sanchez is singing "Take This Job and Shove It." No, he's really not. But that's Michael Sanchez, Scott Smith, and John Whitaker. Michael and I are term limited out. John decided not to stand for a second 3-year term. And remember, this stuff is just like a vestry. So we're in classes of 3 people for 3 years. The next class is will end their term in 2021. Diane Carlisle, Vion Carter-Johnson, Thurl Hayden. And then the class of 2022 is Ann Davis-McLean, John Townsend. And then we do have an open seat, because Martha Sue Blythe had to resign from the board this year for some personal reasons. We really miss Martha Sue. We want to thank her for the work that she did, but her seat will be open. So when we do our election results, we will be filling 4 slots instead of 3. So for those 5 who are standing for election, your chances just went up by 20%, which is a good thing. That's all good. Our officers are me as your soon-to-be lame duck president, John Whitaker, who's always a lame duck vice president. I know John's in here somewhere. Ann Davis McLean, our treasurer, and Diane Carlisle, secretary. Just so you guys remember who kind of the board, the guild leadership is. We also have Walt Kendrigan, who is our chaplain, and we will hear from Walt later during the necrology and at other times. Walt also will be retiring at the end of this year. All of our, just super quick, all of the board terms go January through December. So everybody that's currently on the board will serve to December 31st. The new board will start on January 1st. We will have one special board meeting in October, just about a month hence, that will allow us to elect the 4 new officers. So that's how all that stuff works. So you know that we had the online election. The one thing I was going to say about that, super quick, is it's like the Holy Spirit told Walt last year that we needed to do electronic voting for some reason. And here we are in 2020. Had we not had you guys, had the whole guild not said, yes, we want to do electronic voting, we wouldn't have any way to vote this year. So that's really lucky. Let's see what else we have. Now, this is very exciting. I'm going to call the meeting to order, and Diane is our recording secretary. I'm going to call it to order at 12:42, Diane. That's Eastern time. And Diane, I need to find you. Y'all give me just a second because I've got to get this window up. I'm going to ask you to unmute Diane. Diane, can you unmute yourself? Diane, we can hear you.
Oh, good. So I'm going to establish a quorum now. And so for the purposes of any business conducted at the annual meeting of the Guild, those present and eligible to vote shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business. So based on the fact that you're all here, we have a quorum.
Excellent. That was easy. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Now we're on to your minutes, and give me just a second. I'm going to call these up, but we certainly won't read them because we sent these. Everybody should have received these. I'm going to display them on the screen, but everybody should have received these. And Diane, I'll go back to you.
Thank you. So these minutes went out a couple days ago, and I received no corrections to the minutes. So what I'm asking for is a motion to approve, and if someone would raise their virtual hand.
So we have a motion to approve by Peter Ennis and a second by Mark Doches. I hope I've got your name pronounced right. I probably just butchered it.
Can you spell that, Scott?
Douches.
Thank you. So all those in favor, please raise your real hand.
I would say that is approved by acclamation. What do you think, Diane?
I think so too. Thanks, Scott.
Excellent. Thank you, Diane. That is the major role of the secretary here. But now Diane also is our recording secretary for this meeting. So she'll be taking the minutes for next year, which is great. Now, Ann Davis, are you here? Ann Davis, if you're here, can you raise your virtual hand? I don't see Ann Davis. Oh, there you are. Hang on. It's really hard to find people. You should have a thing that says unmute. Do you see it? So unmute yourself, and there should be a little dialog box that pops up that says, I feel like I work for CVS and we're trying to get.
There we go.
Now you're on.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to go down these bullets, and I might say just a little bit more about each one. Of course, everybody knows our annual convention was postponed, and so that has drastically lowered our in and out funds. The new membership system we have, I cannot imagine how many hours has gone into that, but it's making a very, very positive impact on us. Let's see, online donations are plus. We now have the ability to do online donations. And in the past 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, we have gotten over $1,200 in donations, which is great. Our shop sales are way down. If you pulled up the profit and loss statement that's linked to this, you can see that our shop sales are like $6,700 for this year. Last year, we thought they were, holding at 18,000. Well, this time it's very small. So, but there's nothing you can do about that. Short-term membership expenses are up. Long-term technology expenses are down. We're going to see a reduction in the overall technology expenses because we've got this new management system, and it incorporates many of the systems that we've been paying for individually into one. So that's a great thing. So if you have looked at your balance sheet, you will know that we have a net income for this year to the 25th of September of $5,900, which, that's not a lot of money, but we're not in the red. So that's a great thing. We have good savings accounts. Our grant fund, our training course, our cash accounts are all good. I encourage you, there we go. You can look at that. You can see all our liabilities are at a zero. So that's a great thing. Our retained earnings are down, because I'm sure everybody's are down. Scott, do you have the P&L? Can you pull that up?
I can. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Let me get back to the right slide. We're going to go here. Wait just a second. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. This sheet shows 4 years worth, and we're at 9 months of 2020. But you can see that our total donations, $1,210, which is fabulous. Our interest and dividends are down. Of course, everybody's are down because of the stock market going up and down. You can see the shop sales. You can see the training course income because our membership's down. Our expenses are down because we've not had anything for the general convention. Of course, the training course expenses are a third. Treasurer expenses are holding about right.
Mm-hmm.
So all in all, when you look at everything, it's not been so bad because we're still in the black. And so I just want to If anybody has not paid their dues, please pay your dues. If you know somebody in your church who is not a member, talk to them, get them to become a member. We need members. And that's it.
Davis, let me add one thing is through the years, one of the things that I've always kind of kept an eye on was just the amount of our cash on hand. And we've always looked at the $100,000 mark as a real healthy place for us to be. We think it's a prudent reserve of funds to make sure that the Vergers Guild can exist for a long period of time without any income. And that's a real good kind of bellwether for our finances. We're solidly above $100,000. If Duke were on here as financial secretary, Duke would tell you, and Duke was involved in our transfer to the new membership system, the financial impact of our switching to the new system 2 weeks ago have already been phenomenal. So we're just beginning to see that. We'll see that throughout the rest of the year. We'll get into that as we talk about secure.vergers.org. And Davis, I would say from a financial perspective, I feel as though we're doing extremely well this year. A lot of that has to do with not having the conference. The conferences are always very expensive and there's a lot of risk associated with conferences. So not having that risk is a real plus. Shop sales will continue to tick up over time. As I look at the finance report, I see really good things. Anything you have to add, Ann?
One more thing I wanted to say. In the last 2 weeks, there have been $4,000 in membership revenues come in. Mm-hmm. So that's a great plus. Great.
And it's interesting because, you kind of get the emails. Watching the membership renewals is kind of like watching paint dry. It's happening, but it kind of drips in. This is like a drip, drip, drip. But, if you have $40 that drips in about 5 or 6 a day, that adds a lot to the treasury of the guild. So I just feel as though it's healthy.
Right.
We've got, probably another year to have the membership numbers back on track, but they're moving in that direction. So we're good.